recently switched from DSLR to mirrorless, and it's been a game changer, So I thought, why not share the reviews of it?
What are we gonna review?
You might ask. But if you look at my last video, obviously that's not a secret anymore. So we're gonna review the Sony a6700. I've been experimenting with this for the past 1 month, I guess. Yeah, 1 month. Just by looking at the size, you might think there is not much of features or not many accessibilities to it. But this small thing is a huge beast when it comes to it. From many professionals I know till every content creators I know is using this. And I'll tell you soon in why, and I'll list out the pros and cons to it. So make sure to hit the subscribe button and make sure to like this video. So as I told you before, I switched from DSLR to mirrorless. First, let's look at the DSLR. So one thing I had this Nikon 53200. This was my first ever DSLR ever, and I really liked it actually. I was having it for I think 7 years. 2013, I think. No, not 2013. It's 2014, 15. Yeah, from 2016 till 2000. No, wait. Till I got this, so I had to use this, and then it has its own benefit. It is absolutely a good camera. I'm not degrading Nikon or anything in any way, and so I really loved this DSLR camera. What do you mean by DSLR? If you look at my Instagram reels, please do follow over there. So in my reels, I do mention that there is a small mirror in this, which makes it mirror DSLR. So that's the thing about this, and this is quite heavy compared to the mirrorless right now I have. So this is around I think 700 grams or 800 grams. With the lenses, it's maybe close to one, I'm not sure. So that's why I thought there was a time to switch, because it's pretty much dead. It has a lot of problems. It had a focus problems. So as time gets old, it's just like changing a car. So as the car gets used more mileages, you have to keep switching it. So that's the same reason I also switched from a DSLR to mirrorless. So right now, if you're a new beginner, or if you want to get into the photography industry or anything as a hobby, if you want to buy a camera itself, I would suggest go for mirrorless rather than a DSLR. Since mirrorless are way easier, I feel like a mirrorless are much easier to learn and to use it than a DSLR. So that's one of my suggestions. Okay, let's go to the review. I never did a review before, okay, and so this will be my first time talking about anything, okay. So the main thing what I did a lot of research before buying a camera. So before buying this, what was the things that I loved about it in the features itself is, first of all, it had a 26 megapixel camera, which is somewhat above average. So that's what I liked about it. And the second one was, it had the best articulating screen. So what is an articulating screen? It is a flip. So that was very comfortable to have a flip screen. So I don't have to just put my head down or something like that, and I just have to easily flip it if I'm even if I'm vlogging or shooting. This was much more comfortable to see what's going on, and all. I hope you can see the screen. Another reason was it was lightweight. It was better than any other cameras I have ever held and used. Among all of this was the lightweight I have ever held, and I did like it. I do like a lightweight camera which has all the features which we need, and a good lightweight camera. The second one is it has 3 custom functions. As you can see here, there's 3 over here. 1 over here, there is a custom mode you can set to anything, and second one is here. Yeah, second one is here. The third one is the delete button, which is also a third custom button. You can choose it. So that's another cool thing. And one thing when I got it, first thing that took me out of blue is usually in my DSLR there is a flash. There is an inbuilt flash. So when I got this, I was surprised that there is no inbuilt flash. So that was one of the things which sparked. But the low light features of it, when it comes to photography, it has a 26 megapixel and it can take up to 11 fps. So it is a absolutely beast. Again, I'm saying it's a beast. So I did shoot in daylight. I did try to shoot it in low light and many things. I'll all the videos, whatever I'm talking about, I'll add it in the video you can see. So when I shot in the low light, I did use a long exposure for a cinematic shoot I went for. So that was actually a good capture. I zoomed into the details also. It didn't lose any quality as much as I expected it would. And the editing is also much fine. I could bring out the shadows and the highlights at the same time. So I did like that. So when it comes to videography, there is two dials. The first one is over here, which controls the shutter speed, and the second one is in the front, which controls the aperture. Or you can custom set it also. This Sony has a fully customizable settings, so you can set anything to everywhere. But I'm comfortable with this. So when it comes to recording, this can shoot at 4K up to 422 10-bit also. And when it comes to slow motion, it can shoot up to 4K at 120 FPS. So which is pretty cool. The Sony a6700 also comes with 3 custom presets where you can store your custom choices, whatever settings you have given. For me, first one is the standard 4K 60 FPS, and the second one is just for vlogging. No need color grading. I don't feel like color grading if I'm vlogging or something. I'm not gonna vlog. Okay, so that is one of those things. And the third one is standard 1080, 30 FPS, 60 FPS. Let's talk about the pros of this camera. Major reason I ever bought this camera was for videography and filmmaking. So I'm really interested in that at the moment. This camera has a 4K resolution and it can shoot at 120 FPS in case I want to slow anything down. And another thing I liked about this was it has a great AI tracking focus, which is pretty cool. You can track humans, you can track animals, you can track planes, you can track cars, and there is a lot of options from that. And it also has an AI track where you can select one point on I think 739 points they have provided. So you can select one, and autofocus is absolutely a beast when it comes to focusing, even when the subject goes behind some objects. And another one is I do love a good touch screen. You can enable it or disable it. This is how you can enable it and disable it. So whenever I want to go for quick settings or anything, I can just touch, change it, and then go back to disabling it. So I don't touch on it anything. So let's look at the cons. The first con which I ever found out on this is it starts to heat a little bit. It's not in the overheating zone or like where it switches off, but it does provide the somewhat heating. So it gets hot when you shoot at 120 FPS on 4K. So you need to adjust and you need to learn to know where you need it. Everywhere where you shoot is not going to need a 4K 120 FPS. So you need to learn where to use it and where not to use it, so that you can keep your body also good and not in a heated position. The second one is, I guess, battery life would be said, because again I'm coming from a DSLR family to a mirrorless. So when it comes to battery life, DSLR has a much more longer battery life. I did shoot some 6 hours, 7 hours events with this DSLRs, and when I come to mirrorless, I feel like I'm not getting quite the 6 hours, 7 hours shoot when I kept it on. So that's one of those things. The third one would be mainly in the packaging and what and all are included. So when I thought they would, because I come from again a DSLR family, so when I thought they would provide a battery and everything, so they didn't provide the charger for it. So I feel like it's like all over Apple again. So I feel like it's same like that. They're trying to introduce into the camera world. You had to buy charger separately. You had to buy some other things separately. So that's one of those things. But you can use your regular USB Type C charger for this, which works absolutely fine. I didn't get a battery charger, which is if you're going to overlook all these cons, which is bare minimum, which is not like a big deal in this present camera world. So this is a hugely a beast. Again, I'm saying, because I've been experimenting with it for 1 month, and I do love it. Wherever I go, I'm gonna take it. I just take it. That's the thing. I don't even question it anymore. So I do love it, and I'm gonna use it for my future projects and all. And that's the thing. Anyway, if you did like this video, do subscribe, and hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.